One thing I want to talk to you about is about the look and sound of that professional that you want to be. If I'm going to graduate, if I'm going to try to get a job, what do I need to do? I need to get to know the process of employment, right? Because that's what it's all about, the process of employment. So I decided to work for the Career Center because that was the source that teaches the process of employment. I didn't go to undergrad Career Center because I wasn't thinking that way. I wasn't career minded. But once I got into grad school, I realized, okay, I need to make this a serious thing now. So I'm going to graduate with a lot of debt. I need a job, right? So through that process, things started to unfold. I started to learn the process of employment. I needed to have the look and sound of leadership. I needed to look good on paper. I needed to look good in person. And I needed to be able to interview well, perform and interview well. And part of that was being able to dress well. So I'm not going to be able to cover all of the things that I learned, but this particular area, definitely dressing for success is going to be important. Now, some of you are looking fine, right, for where you are right now. But for different places and different spaces, there's a way to dress. And we want to talk about when you're dressing for the interview, okay? Because I know, I've been there. You're going to be graduating, right? I'm excited about going to college, making it through, and then by the time that you're ready to cross that finish line, right? The movies where everybody's tossing their hats up and everybody's excited. I was planning for that too. I was excited, right? And then once it happened, I was like, yes. Uh-oh, now what? Terrified, right? Because I thought that I had my 3-step plan going through college. I thought I just need to pass my classes, I need to graduate, get a job. Easy, 1, 2, 3. Fairy tale, right? But it's not the case because reality had showed me that, believe it or not, right before you walk through that door of employment, you're going to realize that, guess what, you're not the only one. Because you're one of thousands of other students trying to follow that same dream. And if you're not planning ahead, right, to get ahead of that process, you're going to be at the end of this line waiting like everybody else. And you know what it's like waiting in Disneyland, right? At Knott's Berry Farm, right? Where you have those 2-hour waits. That's kind of irritating, right? What if it rains? Now it gets even worse, right? But you have those certain people that have that fast pass, right? People that cut the front of the line. Why? Because they were planning ahead. They got a plan. They made it happen, and they got ahead, and they enjoyed their life a whole lot more. Probably even enjoyed more rides than I did because I didn't plan, and I was waiting like everybody else. So the goal is, how do you get your fast pass? This is one of the ways that we can do it. Make sure that you know how to dress for success. Don't come in just like casual, like a regular student. That's waiting in line like everybody else. You're going to be prepared. You know what to say, how to look. So by the time that they see you, they're like, fast pass, we're going to hire you, right? So,
and that takes practice too.
It does take.
It really does. Get in front of a mirror and practice it.
Practice.
Practice what you're going to say.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So here's one thing that I started to realize too. This was kind of a shocker to me, but every time you start to talk to a person who is an employer or a company, every time you interact with them, you start to put together a picture for that employer. Every encounter, and it's bit by bit, piece by piece. And if you have positive experiences, then they picture you in a positive light. But if you mess things up and are careless about it and you don't know how to really construct a positive picture of yourself, then what's going to happen is they're going to start seeing you like this. They put the pieces together. They don't even have to put all the pieces together. They just start to see you as a person who might dress occasionally, but who's going to work in a way that's throwing away ideas. Someone who's not going to be productive, right? And if you create that experience for people and they see this before they really get to know who you are, then it's easy for them to say, okay, should I hire them or not hire them? Are they a hireable person or are they a non-hire? If they get any inclination that this is what they're going to get, it's easy. It's a non-hire back of the line, right? So the goal is, how do you understand that process? How do you understand them? How do you dress the way that you can start to create a positive picture so you avoid this? Okay, so when you're interviewing, there's this interesting theory that someone told me when I was doing my first job as a career counselor. It's 12 by 12 by 12 theory. Right? You are creating an impression, you're creating an experience, right? And people start making judgments about you, right? Putting together those pictures 12 feet away when they meet you the first time, 12 inches away, and the first 12 words out of your mouth, right? That's those pictures that they're starting to put together. Right? If they see you 12 feet away, right, and you look professional, great, right? Check the box. Now they're gonna approach you, or you're gonna talk to them. You're gonna shake their hand, right? Right? Now you got that 12 inches away, right? They're gonna do some details, see, okay, you got the clothes extra clean, the body odor, which is important. Make sure you wear some deodorant, right? Right? Don't wear cologne, right? And then they're gonna see what you have to say. That's where the chemistry happens, right? And you know, when you guys talk to the person that you're looking at, or you're building relationships with that person that you might be scoping out, right? It's the same process. You see them 12 feet away, you're like, that person is kind of good. 12 feet away, I was like, oh, I got this now. And then now you gotta start using the verbal game, right? Is that right? Is that still, you guys use verbal game, right? Just checking, make sure I'm still relevant, right? Right? But when you're talking to people, there's a certain way you have to do it, right? When you're courting somebody, it's funny, flirtatious, but when you're in a professional setting, it's professional language, okay? So the first 4 words out of your mouth, that's what matters. Right? And so you want to always keep that into consideration. Okay? Now, hard facts. At UCLA, when you're building your first impression, right, again, those blocks, right, 55% of those impressions are usually nonverbal. It's not even what you say, it's just how you present yourself, how you look, your posture, the eye contact that you have. Right? People are reading into that more so than they are a lot of other things, right? So you want to make sure that you are looking, your nonverbals are positive, right? Your voice inflection is important, and actually 7%, which is the smallest percent, is actually what you say. It's have an impact, but the nonverbal is going to be key. So what we're going to talk about is how you put together yourself, how you put together those pieces, how you project positive emotions, the shirt and tie, colors of the suit, types of suit, controlling those nerves, because sometimes, you know, when you're talking to people that you're not too comfortable with, it's a little nerve-wracking, but you need to be able to kind of control that. Or, what they say is fake until you make it. All right. Is that a tell? I'm getting some faces here, I'm trying to make sure it's good. Okay. So, now, let's talk about projecting positive emotions. When you're trying to connect with somebody, the best thing you can bring to the situation is a smile. It's a nice attitude, right? When you bring that, people start seeing you. If they're nervous and you smile, then they smile back, right? Because now they're starting to feed off on that stuff. You guys haven't even said anything, right? The nonverbal stuff, but you're bringing a positive atmosphere, right? So make sure that you are ready and able to start that interaction with a smile. Now, I'm gonna make this real simple. I'm gonna test you guys, right? If you're gonna hire somebody, who would you hire? Non-smiler or a smiler? You see what I'm saying, right? When you bring that in, it automatically you say, okay, definitely I can see myself working with this person, right? Now, this is magic pill right here. These nonverbals, right? Eye contact is very important. You know the whole saying, the eyes are the windows to your soul, right? So eye contact. You know, you're gonna be talking to people like us, Gen Xers, baby boomers, and whatever. And you know what we like? We like eye contact. And we like a smile, right? So bring that to us. Handshake is going to be important. Some people get a little nervous about handshakes. Some people don't know how to do a handshake, but we're going to go through an exercise once we get there to make sure you know how to give a professional handshake, a good handshake. A handshake that says that you are proud of yourself and giving quality experiences, and that you're, again, constructing that positive picture of who you are. We talked about smiling already, and we talked about posture. It's not about crushing, slumping down over, you know, you kind of walk down, you're like, hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy. Do you really? Because what you're saying and how you're acting doesn't really match up. And if I have a choice to figure out, hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm fine. How's it going? What do you think? No, this person's not really excited. Because that nonverbal, like we said before, 55%, that says everything. Or says enough. Okay. So posture is important. Bring that posture. Shoulders back, chest out a little bit. Some people may say, well, that person looks a little arrogant. That's how some people may think, but for baby boomers and Gen Xers, we think that's confidence. And that's what we want to bring to our organization, someone who has confidence.
It's okay to be confident.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
Yes.
Again, it's okay to say, you know what, I know it. If I don't know it, I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. Let me get back to you. Don't make up stuff, but it's okay to be confident.
I'll tell you this, if you have a choice to come in trying to be too humble and too down and kind of be a little bit arrogant, decide on slightly arrogant, because that will take you a whole lot further and it comes across more so as confidence than it does actually arrogant. I've seen it happen. Some people come in, they're just like, well, I don't want to do this and that. They're going to see right through it, move on.
And I've done thousands of interviews over the last 20 years, and I look at body language, I look at how are you articulating your thoughts. I don't look like, I'm not sure. No, I'm hiring you because you're going to make my organization better.
So, controlling nerves. Sometimes a couple things happen when you get nervous. Your voice quivers, hands kind of shake, palms get kind of sweaty, right? So, how do you kind of control those things? Right? Well, when it comes to hands and sweaty palms, it's interesting. There's a couple techniques that I learned over the time. Is, before you give that handshake, you got a sweaty palm, right? We're about to meet somebody. You can either grab the inside of your pocket and wipe your hands off first, and then you reach out, right? This other one came from an engineering student, and I can tell this is an engineering student because how he explained it was so scientific, right? He was like, what you're doing is when you're sitting down, you're gonna rub your hands together. The friction of the hands is gonna generate heat. So then when you let it rest, the moisture is going to evaporate, right? I was like, that sounds like an engineer, right? But he's exactly right. And then all of a sudden, when you have that chance to make that first contact, you're not sweaty palms anymore, right? I was like, smart. Engineering way, smart. Or the kind of slick and smooth kind of way is as you're walking towards somebody, right? Can I use you as an example? So just reach your hand out and just stick it right there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just take one step, swipe, bam, right there. Eye contact, smile, nice to meet you, I'm glad to be here. Experience right there. It's kind of slick. You gotta make sure you do it right, wipe it off, right? They're not gonna know, they're just gonna figure out, are you gonna put all those things together in a positive way? So, brilliant way to do it. Now, your voice is cracking. This is interesting. Usually, your voice is cracking is because you're kind of in a retracted kind of mode. So instead of being in a retracted kind of mode, you need to project and push and get louder if you can, because then your vocal cords will stabilize and that quivering sound will go away. Right? It's kind of interesting.